So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Jim Nichols, and I'm holding my shoe, and there's a reason for this. For the last year, I have been on main stages 4 times talking about the issue of privacy as it relates to behavioral targeting. And I looked out in the audience on all 4 occasions, and I see 2/3 of the room on their BlackBerries or on their iPhones doing email. Now, it could be that I'm a boring speaker, but I think there's more to it than that. I think most of us in the room haven't demonstrated any concern about the issue of privacy as it relates to online behavioral advertising. I want to send a shout out to Miles, who this morning during our breakfast discussed this issue in great detail, which made it a lot easier for me to just spew invective and bile for the next couple of minutes rather than explaining the issue. But we are really at a crossroads as an industry in the sense that if we don't do something about this issue, the FTC is going to create a do not track list. Now, ask a telemarketer about these kinds of lists. Well, you can't because there aren't anymore. I think this issue is that serious. I think it's that important. And while we have spent the year basically telling to the consumer, let them eat cake, the FTC has gotten increasingly angry about the slow speed with which we're implementing a privacy solution. We have to do something about this. And fortunately, the Cross-Industry Coalition has made it easy to do so with the Power I program that was discussed this morning at breakfast. I also want to send a shout out to the people at Better Advertising, who I think are in the room. Can you raise your hands? Who have been carrying the water on this issue for a year, dealing with the commission, dealing with the FTC to try to create a solution that's going to work for our industry and allow us to continue to grow. Because make no mistake, if do not track happens and if consumers opt out in great numbers, there are going to be a lot of people in this room who are going to lose their jobs. Behavioral advertising is a huge driver of the profit in our industry. It makes content and it funds so many of the publishers that are represented in this room because the industry can't survive on 23-cent untargeted CPMs. So the reason I took off my shoe was because I've spent a year trying to figure out what is it going to take to make every person in this room care about the issue. I think it was 1961, Nikita Khrushchev went to the UN and did this and said, we will bury you to the world. I want to make sure that jobs in this room are not buried by a do not track list. I want to make sure that we actually meet the needs of consumers and our brands and the clients that we work with by making sure that we take this issue seriously. So talk to the people at Better Advertising, talk to Miles, but do something about this. We all have to get behind this, or we may find that this room has a lot fewer people in it in the future. Thanks.